I'm Margie Gunner.
And I'm Heather Waterhouse.
And you're watching
Judson Now!
Hey G-Town, and welcome to Judson Now. I'm your host, Jordan Ross.
And I'm your co-host, Ferris.
Here at Judson, we strive for greatness.
You mean the greatness of you pretending to play Dr. St. Clair's piece?
Imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
Anyway, we're here to talk about Judson's newest music faculty member, Dr. St. Clair.
Margie Gunter was able to sit down with Dr. St. Clair and ask some hard-hitting questions. You know, I should take lessons from her.
Someone who said there's a position at Judson, I think you should apply for it, and I'm like, no, not happening. But all of the years that I worked in the legal field, I always had the sense that if a door opens, you ought to at least look at it. And so I did apply and came and interviewed. I was here maybe 2 times, and so here I am. I'm glad to be here. I teach theory, music theory, 2 different classes, and I teach class piano, which is group piano lessons. And generally, it's for people like music ed majors or voice majors who need to learn a little skills to get around the piano. And then I teach private piano. I grew up in Andalusia, Alabama, which is a really small town in South Alabama, and started playing the piano when I was probably 5. I would come home from church and I would play all the things I could remember from church that day. And I did have lessons. I had a really great teacher when I was about 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, but other than that, not so much. We moved around a lot and had a lot of different teachers. But I went to Sanford and I didn't want to study music, so I studied paralegal studies and business. And then when I was a sophomore, I thought maybe I should take some piano lessons. That would be fun. And so I went and knocked on the door of this teacher, and the door opened, and it was Betty Sue Shepherd, who was a Judson alum. And she was a phenomenal teacher, and I think I owe most of everything I do from a musical standpoint to her. But I did take piano just for fun, but she made me do all the things that the majors do, and it was wicked trying to do that and do a degree in paralegal studies and business, but it was fun. And so then I worked in the legal field for 16 and a half years, and I've been playing for church since I was 12, and I've done a lot of theater work and other kind of company, and I retired from the legal field in 2006 and said, maybe I'll take a few more piano lessons. And that has now led to me getting a doctorate in piano performance at the University of Alabama. I went and studied in Austria the summer before last at the Haydn Conservatory for 16 days. So it was a life-changing experience. And again, through connections that I had at the University of Alabama, it's been just a phenomenal experience. And I have a phenomenal dissertation that maybe turned into a book. I'll tell you, my 2 favorite composers for the piano are Brahms and Liszt. Even though I love Chopin and I love Haydn, of course, and Beethoven, I mean, they're all just phenomenal in their own way, but Brahms and Liszt were probably my 2 favorite composers. What people find really surprising about me is I love football, and I am one of those fans. And even though I go to the University of Alabama, my whole entire family is Auburn. We all have connections to Auburn. My daughter's at Auburn. I say my daughter and my money go to Auburn. And so I'm one of those huge, nasty fans that, goes to the stadium and screams and carries on and tells the coaches how they ought to be calling the plays. I am married, and I have a daughter who is 21, who's a senior at Auburn. Her major is fashion design, and she's going to go work in New York, hopefully this summer, and someday make me beautiful gowns for when I play the piano.
A hearty thanks for Margie Gunter and Dr. St. Clair for providing us such an interesting interview. Thank you.
If you want to reach Dr. St. Clair, we're going to put her email in the link below.
Clicky click. And whilst you are connecting, do not forget that we have a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Periscope, all links provided down below. I am your host, Jordan Ross.
And I'm your co-host, Ferris.
And this has been
Judson Now.